guys, welcome back. Well, it's finally happened. Mandalorian Season 2 has finally begun, and oh boy, was the first episode a doozy.
It was a good one.
A full hour long. You'll be able to see our reaction on the other channel, but we are going to be giving our full spoiler-filled review of Mandalorian Chapter 9. First of all, I'm going to ask you, what did you think of that episode?
I thought it was a great way to start off Season 2. A lot of action, and we also got to see a live crate dragon for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I think they picked up right where they left off.
Yeah, my impressions of the episode were kind of like, wow, it was still familiar enough to feel like Star Wars, you know, with Tatooine and the Tusken Raiders and everything like that,
right,
but still new enough to feel like a completely different story than anything we've seen before.
Correct.
And it's definitely wholeheartedly embracing that whole space western vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this episode, of course, was called The Marshal. They had this sort of twangy pioneer accents.
Yeah, they even had a bit of a standoff in the cantina.
Yeah, a little bit.
That was pretty cool.
I mean, they're draw, you know. That was pretty cool. All right, so what was your favorite part of the episode? This is full spoilers, so you can say anything.
Honestly, there'd probably be a couple of things I'd say I liked the most, but I think what really stood out was the Marshal upholding his end of the deal. Up to this point, we've seen people backstab and betray the Mandalorian over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, Marshal said, "You know what? You help me kill this Krayt Dragon, I'll give you the armor."
And he did.
And he did.
Yeah. What was the other part that you really liked?
The Krayt Dragon.
Yeah, seeing a Krayt Dragon for the first time, that was very, very impressive. And keeping true to the canon of the Krayt Dragon, the fact that it has a pearl, and the fact that it's absolutely massive and a nightmare to try and bring down.
Of course, the brief cameo by Tamara Morrison definitely doesn't hurt.
That ending, I was going to ask you about that. Like, how about that ending? Like, whoa, mind blown. That really turned everything on its head, because I was absolutely sure that since the Marshal had Boba Fett's armor, like, okay, yeah, Boba Fett's totally dead. Oh boy, the Boba Fett fans are going to be really mad about this. And at the very end, we see Tamara Morrison. I'm like, oh my gosh, the rumors were true. Holy crap.
It's interesting you bring that up, because I had heard rumors that Boba Fett was going to be in Season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But I was expecting him to be in full armor and all that kind of stuff.
Same here.
No, he,
So
something happened to the armor, and as it's been explained in the extended universe, or is it expanded universe?
Expanded Universe Legends, I think.
In the EU, Boba Fett did survive the Sarlacc and managed to get out, but it was never specified whether or not it was with the armor.
In the books, he did have his armor. He kept his armor through his whole life.
Okay.
In this one, apparently something happened where he does not have his armor anymore. It's like, oh. Wow, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. It'll be fascinating to see if he pops up again. Speaking of popping up again, my favorite parts in this episode were, of course, going back to Tatooine, because, you know, it's, you know, the whole Star Wars story started, whether you start with episode 1 or 4. Seeing the little curly-haired mechanic again.
I'm glad she's back in the series.
Yeah, it was neat. It's neat seeing old characters again. And also, lots and lots and lots of the Tusken Raiders sign language. Oh yay, this is great. A whole conversations. This is so cool. I absolutely love that. And of course, the child is endearing and adorable as ever.
He doesn't look like he's aged a day.
Given the fact that he's 50 and is still like babyhood.
Yeah.
Did you expect him to age at all?
It was just a joke.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! And that end thing with the When they had that big old chunk of the crate dragon on the speeder, and the babies are going, "Ooh, feast!" He was drooling over that.
Nope, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. They just took a little chunk. Like, okay, this is about as much as I can keep fresh. That'll be good for a couple of barbecues, and that's it.
Yeah, the Tusken Raiders are going to be well fed for at least 5 generations.
Well, if they well salt it and everything, if they
preserve it.
I'm sure they have ways. They got crate jerky.
They sure do.
They have a heck of a lot of crate jerky.
Crate jerky coming to a planet near you.
They need to start selling that at Galaxy's Edge once it reopens.
There you go.
Crate jerky.
Crate jerky.
All right, so we talked about the things we liked. Was there something about this episode you didn't particularly like? Because I'm trying to look at both ends.
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was all pretty good. I wasn't fond of the immediate attempt to kill the Mandalorian, but honestly, that
sort of comes with the territory.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. I guess it starts seeming a little old and cliched at this point in the series.
He's a marked man, so everybody's after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, it comes with the territory, but at the same time, it's repeating elements.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I think what I disliked most about this episode is it was kind of gruesome. I mean, that escalated quite... I posted on Twitter earlier. If you're not following me, I'm Clumsy Jedi of Utah on Twitter.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, apologies. But my non-spoiler recap was vegetarians have left the chat. It got gruesome, and to see all that... I mean, it wasn't especially bloody, but the body count was pretty high. And to see the Tuskens immediately, like, sort of butchering the crate dragon was kind of like, ooh, being a vegetarian, I hate the sight of raw meat. It kind of makes me nauseous. And the sight of so much had me going like, ooh, yuck. Mm-hmm. I do like the fact I do like that they kept the fact that the crate dragon has a pearl. Apparently it was somewhere inside the crate dragon.
So I think it's somewhere in the stomach.
I guess. At any rate, I didn't like the gore. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Western stuff. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a Western. I don't care to see a Western. I do like the sort of... it's very reminiscent of the novel Kenobi, where there's sort of a cowboys and Indians thing going on between, settlers on Tatooine and the Tusken Raiders, and the Tusken Raiders are the ones who are native to the area. Mm-hmm. They see it as theirs. They have their own culture, their own language, and the whole thing of them making a treaty with the settlers in that tiny little Tatooine town, Mos, I already forgot the name.
Mos Calbo or something.
Something.
Galbo, something.
Yeah, something like that. But, I mean, after a while it kind of gets old, and I don't know, it seems a little... I don't know. And I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see the child use any more of the Force. But hopefully by the next episode we'll see some more of that.
I think it'll happen, but I think even the child realizes that it can't control a crate dragon.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. Yeah, he was more of a sidekick in this episode instead of the main character. So, yeah, hopefully next episode, more child, more Force, more Easter eggs. Oh, speaking of Easter eggs, my favorite one was the first planet, don't know what it was called, with all the graffiti in it. And in one of the things of graffiti, you saw for just a split second a cartoon that looked exactly like 3PO's head. That was cute. I really enjoyed that. I think that's about it. As always, music and cinematography are top notch.
Yes.
The technical aspect, I think that just keeps getting better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our review of the first episode of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Can't wait till next week. to see what happens next, and apparently they're already working on season 3.
Season 3, according to Wikipedia, is in development.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's no surprise, really. It's a hit. It's the most popular Star Wars thing that's out right now.
Oh yeah, it's the only Star Wars thing, I think, isn't it?
Currently, yeah, because
Yeah.
they finished up Clone Wars, and there's no other TV series that are... I mean, the Kenobi series is getting close. They're supposed to be filming next March. I can't wait. But yeah, The Mandalorian's the only new Star Wars thing that's out right now, so yeah. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more Star Wars geeky content, go ahead and click that little subscription button down below. Don't forget to check out the links in the description box. Question of the day. What did you think of Chapter 9 of The Mandalorian? What were your favorite parts? Go ahead and post a comment. As always, please keep things clean for the youngsters in the audience. So, I guess we'll see you when we see you. At the latest next week. I don't know if we'll be coming back sooner. Life is a little bit crazy right now. So, unless we bring you another geeky recipe, probably see you again next Friday. So, until then, God bless and may the Force be with you. You don't want to spread negativity. You want to subscribe and click notifications.